Hey guys, Michael from Copper vs Glass, and in today's video we're taking a look at what is on my Android device for the end of 2020. Now I've recently changed from the OnePlus 7T up to the Google Pixel 5, so this is going to be all of my applications that I've currently got installed on my device, my current home screen layout, any widgets that I might be using, plus an in-depth look at some applications that I think that you guys may enjoy. As always, all of the in-depth applications that we take a look at in this video are going to be linked in that description down below. Also down there you will find the thumbs up and subscribe button, so if you do end up enjoying this video, let me know by hitting the thumbs up button, and if you really enjoyed it, subscribe for more content moving forward. Now as always, if there's any applications that you want me to take a look at, let me know in the comments below. So it can be a new game that's come out, for example, an icon pack, wallpaper application, anything Android customization related, let me know in the comments below and I'll see if I can feature it in an upcoming What's on my phone video, or just in general a best Android apps video. Let's take a look. But just quick before we do, if you haven't already seen, I've upgraded now to the Google Pixel 5 in Sage Green. This is my current daily driver until something better comes along. I have done a full review about this phone, and that's going to be linked in that description box down below. If you guys want a full in-depth review, ins and outs, camera samples, that's the video to watch. So as you can see here from my home screen, I do keep it very simple. All of my most used applications are down here at the bottom, easy to reach. Outlook, Overdrop, Photos, Spotify and YouTube Studio are some of the applications I use on a very regular basis, and this bottom line, the camera, which yes, I know I can press with a double tap of the power button, but I do like having it down there. Instagram, Twitter, WhatsApp and YouTube, these are applications that I use multiple times a day, so they're the first ones that I go to. I've then got a simple widget at the top here, which is a stock pixel widget, and then off to the left hand side I do have the Google Now feed. Now I'm also using Android's built-in dark mode, so if you head into settings, display, you can see the dark theme on, off, and it can also change automatically if you want it to. But for me, this is completely wallpaper dependent. If I'm using a very bright, vibrant wallpaper like the one that I've currently got on here at the moment, I'm going to be using the lighter mode. However, if I do have a darker wallpaper, I'll switch it over to the dark theme. For me, it's not really about battery saving, it's just how I actually like the look of the device at any one time. So now onto the applications, and again they're pretty standard. I've got Google AdSense in regards to knowing how much I'm going to be getting paid from YouTube. This is changing ever so slightly, so you now have to use a desktop or web app version, which I'm not a huge fan of. Obviously I've got Amazon, the Google Assistant, and I'll get onto why in just a moment, and then I've also got the Backdrops wallpaper application. Now this is probably one of, if not my favourite wallpaper apps, and it's currently the only one that I've really got installed on my device. It's got a ton of awesome exclusive wallpapers, a load of people have started using them now, and they're just some really nice high quality wallpapers that I think look great on pretty much any setup. If you're looking for a great wallpaper application, Backdrops is definitely one that I can highly recommend. And then onto the first spotlight application, and that is BitLit. Now you can basically think of this as a really awesome user-created newsfeed for wallpapers, icon packs, widgets, just in general Android customization. So you've got your main newsfeed, and when you click on an article, for example, it will either take you to a tweet that may have been posted, or a news-related article, or it will just take you straight to the Play Store application that it's actually relating to. Now this is a really great new place to get some really great wallpapers. As you can see here, if I click on these wallpapers, you can see that it was actually a tweet that was sent out. You can click on the link, it's going to take you straight to the application that has the wallpapers in there. So for me, I've actually been able to find a ton of wallpapers that I may not normally use, and I've been able to download them super easy. Now some of them are also very easy to use, so some of the icon packs again takes you directly to that link. You do also have the widgets as well, and this is broken up into two different sections. You've got widgets and then KLWP, so again depending on how you want to get hold of your widgets, you've got multiple options here to choose from. I also like the way that the application is laid out. There's a dark mode and a light mode, and just in general everything is very nice, fluent and very easy to find. Now the only thing that I really wish for is if you go into the wallpapers or icon packs for example, I wish there was a little indication to let you know which articles relate to free or paid wallpaper apps. You do also have some that could do with a little button as well to show a Google Drive download. So these wallpapers here, you actually download them directly from someone's Google Drive, so it would be nice to let you know beforehand where the wallpaper is going to be coming from, and also if it's going to be paid or free content. But overall a really nice place to find and discover great new Android customization. We've then got the calculator, Google Calendar, and guys, let me know in the comments below what you think of all of the new Google icons. I've put most of them here in one folder so you guys can see exactly how they're going to look, and let me know in the comments section just by saying thumbs up or thumbs down as to exactly if you do or don't like these icons. I personally really don't mind them, but I can see why some people may not be a massive fan. We've then got Call of Duty Mobile. Now this is probably one of the best mobile games available. We've also got the Google Camera, Chrome, Clock, Contacts, Deliveroo, and then of course Disney Plus. Now this is slowly becoming one of my favourite streaming applications. Now you've got some really great classics on here, but you do also have some original content as well, like Disney's The Mandalorian. Now you've got both seasons on here. I won't go into season 2 for spoilers, but it's a great season and highly recommended and one of the best quality TV shows out there at the moment. You've also of course got The Simpsons, and they've currently updated it so there is now 31 seasons of The Simpsons on here, around 20 episodes per season, so that is a ton of content. They've also got the usual array of things, so you've got the Marvel section with things like Endgame, Captain Marvel, you've got the Pixar section, Disney, Star Wars, you've got everything all in one place. I can highly recommend watching Onward. It's one of the best Pixar films to come out in quite a while, but just in general, you've got a ton of great content on here. Now, especially with the current situation with lockdown here in the UK, this is one application that is getting used a ton, and the content just keeps on coming. Inside Pixar is a brand new show that's just gone on there, and it's only short 15 or 20-minute episodes, just going into a little bit more detail exactly what happens over at the Pixar studios. You've also got a watch list, multiple profiles, so it is a great streaming app with a ton of content that just keeps getting better. Next up then, we've got Google Drive, Duo, Epic Games Launcher, which is actually needed to play Fortnite on Android mobile, and then the Google Files application, which is something that I don't really use all that often. If I'm downloading something, I'll get it from my notification shade, and if it's anything picture-based, that's all going to be in Google Photos, Library, and then you've got View All to get all of the photos and different albums on your device, so I'm not really sure who uses the Files application. Let me know in the comments if you do use it and exactly what for. We've then also got Gmail, Google, Google Pay, Google Home, all of the Google applications, and then we have the iLux application, and this is actually what I use for my current RGB lighting situation, as you can see here in my background setup. Now I've currently got 3 lights set up at the moment. You can see here if I turn them off just how it changes the background. Having some nice background lighting really changes the dynamics of a video. Now you can also go in and change the brightness option, so again changing the brightness up and down, you can see exactly how that's going to change in the background. Each light can be individually changed as well. You've got grouping options, music, adding new devices. You've got a ton of options on here, but the main thing that I like is the fact that you can change all of the lights in one go. You've got different ambient settings, color settings, dynamic settings, or you can go into each light individually and change the colors as and when you need to. So if I go into light 2 or light 1 here, for example, this is going to be the light that I've got set up in the middle of my display at the moment. You can go through and change the color to anything that you want to. So as you can see with one light, it's not the brightest in the world, so going red, green, blue, you can see the difference here, but the main change for me comes when I turn on all of the lights here on the background, and as you can see here from the back video here, it actually looks really nice. Now you can get some more expensive options like the Philip Hue bulbs for example, but for me, a little bit too pricey. These ones do the job very well, and I've got them set up on a really nice rig that I've made during lockdown. Then the next line we've got Instagram, and again you can follow me on Instagram in the description below, and a reminder to subscribe to this video as well if you want to be up to date with all of the new content I've been putting out. The next application that we've got then is John GBA, and this is a really great way to play some of those older Game Boy titles on your Android device. Now, I'm not going to go in depth with this because there are slight legal complications in regards to where you're going to be getting your games from, but if you do want to play something like the original Pokemon games, some Mario, this is a really great place to do so. You've got a ton of options to make the games a little bit more fluid and fun as well. So for here example, you've got a speed option to go a little bit faster in games, so it speeds everything up because there is a ton of dialogue in Pokemon. And in the settings options, as you can see, you've got a ton of options here as well. You've got video settings where you can apply or take off smoothing. I would have it off because it gives that really nice pixel look and feel. You can also play with a dedicated gamepad if you want to, or if you're using the virtual gamepad, you can go ahead and move everything around, change the button layout, size to get it exactly how you want to use it. Next up then we have Google Keep, which I've actually been using less and less, lens distortion for some really awesome photo effects, Google Maps, and then the next line is kind of boring, it's phone contract stuff, banking information, Outlook, messages, which I don't really use, Netflix, but then below there we have Overdrop, which is my weather application of choice. And the main reason being is just how the application looks, feels and works, everything works seamlessly. Now the great thing about it is the actual weather itself is extremely accurate. Now you've got a ton of options as well if you go into these settings just in the top right hand corner. You've got time, date, changing the animations there for the little graphics at the top. You can also change the units for things like the weather speed, distance, temperature, all of that stuff can be changed. And then it is also powered by Dark Sky, which unfortunately is no longer available on Android, but you can still get applications that use it in the background, and this is one of them. You've also got some really awesome theming options as well, so you can change the look and feel of the actual application. So again, if you maybe want this space theme, for example, this is what it's going to look like. You've got a really nice animation at the top there. It's got a bit more of a neon look and feel to it, but overall it's a great weather application with all the information that you may need to think of, some awesome themes as well, and it's also got some great built-in widgets. Now for me, I don't really use that many widgets on my home screen, but if I do, I want to make sure that they're clean and minimal, and this application definitely has you covered. So again, in the top right hand corner, you can see a list of all of the widgets that you've got here that are going to be available. You don't obviously apply them from within the application, you do it from your home screen, but you've got a ton in here to choose from, so any Android setup that you're going to be using, I can still recommend this weather application for the widgets that you may want to use. Next up then we have PayPal, Phone and Google Photos, which recently has had a massive update. Now take into account that I'm also using the Pixel 5, which takes some of the best photos on Android. This is now one of the best editing applications and is built into the Photo app. So if you want to go ahead and change anything in regards to the blur on your portrait photos, brightness, contrast, saturation, white point, black point, the list is endless, and you've got a ton of options here to get the photo exactly how you want it to look, and it saves you having to download any other third-party applications, and you can then save it directly into Google Photos. Everything's all in one place, super seamless. So if you're not already using Google Photos, I would definitely recommend doing so. Just keep in mind that you don't have free storage anymore. But that's for another video. You've then got Play Games, Movies, the Play Store, Prime Video, the Recorder, and of course we've got the Resplash application. Now this is an Unsplash client, and this is a great place to get some really super high quality photos and use them as wallpapers. Now when I say high quality, these are super high quality in regards to the resolution that you're going to be getting. A lot of them come in at 4K, 5K and even 8K resolution. So if I go onto one of these photos for example and just double click to zoom in, you can see exactly how high res this is going to be. So if you're going to be using it as a wallpaper, you can crop it and move it around exactly as you need to, and it's still going to look great on any Android setup. Now you'd also have the option of changing the quality, so you can have high quality, low quality or raw quality as well. This one here for example comes in at 4000 by 5000 pixels, and it definitely shows and looks incredible on this display. And if you've got a phone out there with a really super nice OLED screen, you're going to have some really nice wallpaper options. We've then got the Ring Go app for parking the car, safety in regards to getting updates about coronavirus, settings, shadow, which of course I've done a video about in the description below, a great game streaming and PC streaming option. I've then got a SIM2 application. I'm not really sure why it's on here. It's not on some other Pixel devices and it doesn't really do anything. I think it's something to do with my carrier Vodafone, but that's on there as well. We've then got Snapseed, which I'm actually again using a little bit less due to the upgrade and editing options to Google Photos. I've been using myself finding Snapseed and not really using it all that much compared to how I was before. I've then got the speed test application. For some reason, I'm a little bit obsessed with testing the speed of people's internet, whether it's while I'm out and about on 4G, 5G or Wi-Fi, just to see exactly how good or bad the speeds are that I may be getting at any one time. It's just something that I do on a regular basis. I'm not really sure why, but again, you've got all of your results here and it's a great application to test the speed of the internet exactly where you are. We've also then got Spotify and then the Stokey Pro application, which is a great wallpaper application to get some stock wallpapers on your Android device. So as you can see here looking through, we've got some wallpapers from Nokia, LG, iPhones, Apple devices in general. You can then go to the popular section and of course it's going to be that Google Pixel 2 wallpaper. People still love that even 3 or 4 years on. When you then go into the categories, you've got all of the manufacturers on here. So again, if you go into the Apple section, you can go into the device options. You've got some modded iPhone 12 wallpapers here. You've also got some Big Sur wallpapers, and they're all extremely high quality and at original resolution as well. So even if you want to download these and use them on your phone, tablet or PC, they're all going to be super high quality. You've also got a little bit of option in regards to changing some of the look and feel of the wallpaper, so adding blur for example, changing brightness, contrast, saturation. You've got some options on here. It's not the most in-depth editor that I've seen, it is very basic, but again, if you do want to change maybe the saturation, so this one here looks a little bit better in my opinion with a bit more saturation, then you've got the option to do so. But the main thing is having pretty much every stock wallpaper from any device on your Android phone at any one time. So you've got things like BlackBerry, Motorola, LG, OnePlus, Huawei, HTC. They're all going to be here all in one place. Very nice, super easy to find. We've then got the tone-free application, which is what I use with my LG wireless headphones. Again, I've done a full review about those, which will be linked in the description down below. Now, next up then, we've got some standard applications like Twitter, Uber Eats, Fisco, WhatsApp, YouTube, and of course YouTube Studio, and that's where I get all of the analytics of videos like this. So again, it shows all the information with regards to maybe thumbs up, thumbs down, likes, comments, all that stuff. So if you leave a like on this video, I'll be sure to see it in the YouTube Studio app. And that's going to do it guys for a what's on my Android device for the end of 2020. I probably won't be doing one of these until the new year now, so again, if you've got any applications you want me to take a look at, let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed, now's a great time to do so. And once you've hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications so you're notified anytime I post a new video here on the channel. Now, this one's been a bit of a long one, so I appreciate if you've made it to the end of this video. I'm Michael from Copper vs Glass. Thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.